Welcome in to the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey, PBC on FS1, and we are getting ready for our main event. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, see how these guys match up against one another. Andre Dirrell, 37 years old, 30 years old for Chris Brooker. Of course, Andre out of Flint, Michigan, 6'2". He's got the 1-inch height, and it's Brooker with the reach advantage. 17 years as a professional. Andre Dirrell, we talked about him being an Olympian, Joe. 6 years in the game for Chris Brooker. And Andre, let's send it up to Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey, Premier Boxing Champions presents the FS1 PBC featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Go to geico.com today. Our judges scoring the action, James Kinney, John McKay, John Signorelli. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing, light heavyweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and gold trunks, representing the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 175 pounds. His record, 16 wins, 7 losses, 6 wins. Coming by way of knockout, introducing Chris Ice Cold Brooker. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round attraction, wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Delray Beach, Florida. He weighed in at 175.5 pounds with a record of 27 wins, 3 losses. He has 17 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here is the current world rank contender and the former IBF super middleweight champion of the world, introducing the Matrix, Andre Dirrell. And a referee in charge now to give instructions, Richard Gonzalez.
All right, gentlemen, you received instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up.
Scheduled for 10 rounds, Andre Dirrell, first fight in 19 months. Getting ready for Christopher Brooker. Brooker, his nickname is Ice Cold. He certainly lived up to that in the intros, Joe. He had that 1,000-yard stare.
He does. He's a rough guy. He's a hard hitter. He's not as skilled as Dirrell.
And we're underway. Round number 1. Andre Dirrell, again, who goes way back to that super middleweight super series that Showtime had in 2009, 2010, where Andre Ward eventually emerged. But that was talent-laden, Joe.
Yeah.
And Dirrell was part of that. Lost a split decision to Carl Froch, and then won on a DQ against Arthur Abraham.
Yes. That was a very infamous fight. But getting back to Brooker here, let me tell you something. I watched tape on him. He's a rugged guy. He's got a great left hook to the body. He's able to land it against a southpaw, which is not easy to do. And he's very strong. He's very heavy-handed. Again, not as quick as Dirrell, maybe not as athletic, but don't count this guy out.
And again, Dirrell coming back, 37 years old. There's a nice, quick jab. Again, he's always been a stylish, classy fighter. But he has had a few concussions. You mentioned that Arthur Abraham, it was infamous because he was hit after the bell, and he could not continue. That's how he got the win. He's got 2 wins by getting hit after the bell.
And you got to remember, Arthur Abraham was a knockout puncher. That guy could really hit, and he hit him clean cold. Well, after Dirrell had slipped in water at the corner.
The other fight where he was hit late was Jose Uzcategui in 2018.
Yeah.
And he got that win, and the rematch, he lost that fight. But again, Dirrell has been through the wars. So far, outlanding Brooker. Brooker just trying to touch him to the body. Brooker, by the way, knows Andre Dirrell. He said, look, he's at dinner with him. He's been with his family. He said, he's a good guy, but this is business. I got the call, and this is a great opportunity for me. He said, I like Andre, but now this is my chance.
There's a lot
he's showing him a lot of respect in this first round, and he needs to get it going a little bit. Andre's showing some good left hands, straight left hands.
Yeah, he's got a little bad intentions on those too, Lennox. The way he was able to unleash them.
And he's throwing them early too. I like to see early left hand
That's a hard
power
left
punches.
hand right there. Brooker in the corner. Right, he's got some starch on that. He just shakes his left hand.
It looked like Dirrell hurt his left hand just a second. He shook that.
Yeah, we saw him shake that. You wonder. Usually that's something doesn't feel right. He doesn't want to give much away here to Brooker. We'll see when he goes to his corner. But yeah, I like the way he's sitting down on his punches too, Lennox. Final 30 seconds, opening round. We got Andre Dirrell, bronze medalist in the Olympic Games way back in 2004. Well, they haven't given Brooker any credit for landing a shot. He must have landed one, right?
Well, look, I mean, Dirrell threw a left uppercut, so the hand must be feeling better because he whipped it into the body, and Brooker came right back with the left hook and grazed Dirrell.
Dirrell gone for 19 months. Back at the age of 37, and that's a good opening round for Andre Dirrell.
All right, pick it up a little bit. He don't want to work.
That is Kevin Cunningham, former St. Louis detective there in the corner. Trained Corey Spinks to the welterweight championship of the world.
Seconds out.
And we're going to go back to where that hand, he was shaking that hand, I think after he landed a shot.
Right on he hit the elbow, that's why. Yeah.
And we're underway in round number 2. That's where he just shook his left hand right there, but it appears to be okay. And they did, CompuBox guys gave Brooker 3 shots in that round. They give him something. he must have touched him, Lennox.
Yeah, let me tell you, when you hit a guy to the elbow and you hit him in your hand, you could have hand damage in the sense of you could have hurt your thumb. And I think that was the case in that situation. He hurt his thumb.
You know, I want to mention Andre Dirrell planned on coming back last year. He said his plan was to fight 2 or 3 warm-up fights, but then the pandemic hit, and so he was on ice. So Dirrell didn't plan on being away for 19 months. He thought he'd be back in there, but then the shutdown, and he was shut down as well. So kind of a belated comeback, but I have to say, Joe, your thoughts, Dirrell looked pretty sharp in that first round.
Yeah, he did. Look, he's an accomplished fighter. It's not going to be, unless he's completely out of the game and shot, he's going to look good. I mean, he's very well schooled. He comes from a fighting family, and he's always in shape, takes care of himself, and he looks great tonight.
And
he really does.
You know, he's been out of the ring for a while, so he wants to get back in the ring. The ring's his home, and he loves being back into the ring boxing.
You know, he said at a certain point he thought he was done. He said he was an average Joe. He was selling real estate, flipping houses. But he said he spoke with his wife, he spoke with his pastor, and he spoke with Andre Ward multiple times. And he said with their help, he decided to come back and give it one more chance.
Don't forget about my jab. He also said that he wanted to, he's been watching videos of me, and he wanted to do the same thing I did with his jab.
Has he done it?
Well, he's working on it.
Lennox, your jab was incomparable, and really, it kept you in the game for over a decade as champion, basically. No?
Yeah, definitely. You know, jab is like my primary weapon.
It really was.
Force weapon, and you know, once I got a guy occupied with the jab, then everything came after that.
You can lower the boom.
Great body shot by Dirrell on a nice slip, but you know, I go back sometimes and watch Lennox Lewis highlights. You know, Dirrell's not the only one who watches him. But let me tell you, that right hand that you bring home after a nice jab was really nothing like it. One of the great right hands ever in the history of boxing, especially at the heavyweight division.
Yeah, well, you know, my left hand was lightning and my right hand was thunder.
Dirrell moving in as well. Well, that's the highlight reel. That's what resonates through the years, the knockout shots with your right hand. Final 10 seconds, round number 2. Chris Brooker unable to mount any type of attack of any significance against Andre Dirrell. And again, Anthony Dirrell is here as well, and he continues to campaign. Top super middleweight. Heidi Androl's with him right now. Go ahead, Heidi.
Thank you very much, Brian. Well, it seemed like a very relaxed atmosphere back there in the locker room. By the way, you are, you know, a former champ, and boxing's the biggest fan. We just saw you in Minneapolis. Now you're here for your brother. What was the mood like back there for you?
It was good. It was relaxing. He's feel comfortable. He's in his comfort zone right now. He's back at it. I told him just bring the old Dre back. That's all I want to see.
What does that mean? What is the old Dre?
Just being him, being a Matrix, like what he said. You know, before he was resurrected, but the Matrix is what we always known him as, and right now he's doing that. He's picking his shots. He's doing what he needs to do to win the rounds.
In terms of your career, when will we see you go back in the ring next?
Hey, Caleb, come on, man. You ain't got the Canelo fight. Let's fight.
There you go. Brian, we'll send it back to you on that.
There you go, yeah. Caleb Plant has one of the belts at 168. Canelo Alvarez has the rest, and we hear talks have broken off, which is a real shame. Be nice to see, one, a unified champion, and two, just to be able to see Canelo versus Caleb Plant. But if that's off, Anthony Dirrell says he's ready.
That was a good call out too.
Well, yeah, both guys are going to have to do something if they don't go back to the table. Here, round number 3 at 175 pounds, Andre Dirrell does look pretty sharp here in the opening rounds. And, you know, Lennox, I asked Andre, too. I said, you know, what are your concerns cognitively? You know, your coordination, everything. Will you know? And he said, no, I know I need to perform the right way to be able to fight the right way. My body and mind has to feel right. So far, everything looks quite good.
Yeah, he looks locked in mentally, locked in physically, and he's doing the right thing. I mean, he's throwing the combinations which he needs to do, and he's got him up against the ropes, and this is where he has to take advantage of him and throw the combinations because, you know, his opponent doesn't have no place to go. Brooker doesn't have no place to go when he's against the ropes.
That was a good body shot by Dirrell just a moment ago as well. That hurt Brooker.
That straight left hand that he threw right in the corner. But it's a 10-round fight, and I think Dirrell, you know, wants to get back in the swing of things. He's got 10 rounds. He's going to try to break him down the next 3-4 rounds and try to take him out after that.
Dirrell, yeah, he just looks balanced, Joe. Looks balanced, looks sharp, crisp with his shots, looks good.
You remember what he said? He said, he goes, my 37-year-old self would beat my 27-year-old self. You know, he feels that good about his physicality right now, and I got to believe him. Because I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of boxers feel that way because you're smarter and you're stronger, but your 27-year-old self is faster.
Well, I don't know.
That one hurt him.
Down.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that a knockdown? Yeah, he must have hit him to the body, and Brooker takes a knee.
He looks pretty darn fast to me, to say the truth.
7.
To be honest. He looks fast,
Step over here. Step right here.
hard hitting.
Looks fast to Brooker, too. Stepped in, and Brooker looks hurt. Must have gotten a good body shot in.
Yeah, I remember when I was talking to Dirrell said he was going to break him down to the body first, and this is what he's doing.
Another
good
body shot.
punch.
You heard him grunt all the way over here.
Brooker now holding on, trying to survive. About 35 seconds left in this round. See Brooker adjusting his trunks, trying to suck in a little more air.
Oh,
look at strafing left hand coming through. Another body shot. Brooker goes down for the second time this round.
4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, step over here. Step right here. Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back over here, bro.
He's not feeling too good right now, Brooker.
Yeah, I mean,
down twice already. Sharp shot again. 3 knockdowns here in the 3rd round, and Andre Dirrell is back and back in style.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do to Brooker, and you know, if he was any less talented, he wouldn't have done that. I think he's physically sharp, mentally sharp, and let me tell you, he brought the power with him at 75 tonight. I liked it.
Boy, he brought the power with
Yeah.
him. You know, you seen Booker complaining about the punch in the head, but as he was going down, he turned his head, so that's why he got caught. And you know, he's complaining again, but it was actually his fault. And you know, this is what happens in boxing.
It's a good point, Lennox, in that it did happen, right? Got hit there, but it happened in the flow of the punches, and as Brooker moved. Either way, Andre Dirrell, again, 19 months away, comes back and just looked terrific in the ring here in Newark tonight. There's Anthony Dirrell showing his brother Andre the replays. Well, that's instant feedback.
Well, these kids nowadays with these phones.
Stop looking at your phone. Meantime, Andre, though, again, there's a lot of questions. Again, he's 37. He's taken some punishment through his professional career, been around a long time. A lot of questions to be answered. I think he answered what he could against Christopher Brooker.
Not only that, I think Kevin Cunningham you know, the veteran trainer
Yeah.
who knows this game. He's not going to be, you know, on board with Andre Dirrell
if he's not right.
If he's not
Yeah.
right. I mean, he's too much of a good man and a guy that's going to protect the fighter. So
Let me tell you,
I like what I see.
Yeah, what he said to him in the corner was the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very impressed with what he said in the corner, and he really encouraged Dirrell to pick it up.
We had 3 knockdowns in that round. You see Andre speaking to Heidi Androl. We'll have an interview in a moment, but we're going to take a closer look. And here's a shot here. I guess I thought he hit him with a body shot the first time he went down. I didn't quite see it.
Yeah.
But now we'll get another look at it. See exactly what did happen.
Well, Dirrell just hit him with almost the same identical combination there. There were left uppercuts, right hooks involved there.
I just want to say, yeah, there's a number of shots, but there was no body shot. I was wondering why he crumpled like that, but I guess an accumulation of punishment.
It was. And there's the left uppercut right there. And he's not getting hit behind the head there.
But he is holding on for dear life.
He is, because now I don't know if that was the first. That's the first knockdown. Here's the second one, because they almost look identical. The first and second knockdown. He's feeling him out. Lands that left hand. That strafes him. Leans on the neck. Okay, but that's because Brooker was trying to hold.
And there's the shot. Yeah,
that one did land on the back of the head there.
Again, you don't want to be, you know, that. I mean, that's just a beautiful shot to end it.
Yeah, Brooker was
and
almost
changed. Although, you know, what Brooker is saying, he did get hit with an illegal shot. That did happen.
But that's not what put him down.
No.
That was basically on the way down. And see, he's pointing the back of his head here. He got hit with the straight left on that one. Right there.
No doubt. There we go. Anthony Dirrell, happy there. Got it on tape. Could play it back. And the brothers Dirrell happy tonight as Andre back with a knockout win. Andre Dirrell awaiting the official call from Jimmy Lennon Jr., but Dirrell again gone 19 months, back with a knockout victory and just looked very sharp. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
Well, fans, we have the time of 2 minutes 58 seconds in round number 3. A referee in charge, Richard Gonzalez, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, the Matrix, Andre Dirrell.
And again, Christopher Brooker really didn't bring much of an attack against Dirrell, but Dirrell had to get in there, had to go through the training process, and he looked terrific. Here's Heidi Androl now. Heidi?
Thank you very much, Brian. Congratulations to you, Andre. We hear your brother in the background saying the Matrix is back. Certainly an impressive performance from here tonight. How would you assess this one? It's been 19 months since you've been standing right here inside this ring.
19 months since the Matrix returned. Very excited. I can't do nothing right now but thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this victory, allow me to step in this ring. Second, I want to thank Al Heyman for giving me this opportunity, man. That's a great man right there, and I'm very glad to be under his banner. So y'all got a new and improved PBC fighter right here in Andre Dirrell. When it came to the fight tonight, like I said, I was 19 months off. I felt the rust. I felt the difference. Sparring went a lot different. But I didn't expect to back Christopher Brooker up that early. You know, I expected him to come forward. He didn't, so I had to make the adjustment and walk him down and use my jab while I was at it. So I think I did a great job. I give myself an A considering the layoff.
Absolutely. You shook out that hand in the first round, I think it was. What was it?
Last sparring match, I had a little ligament pull. I felt it was healed already, but just a little ligament pull in my thumb. It's fine.
Your brother just called out Caleb Plant in an interview. What do you think of that?
Well, Caleb want to lay off $10 million. Dre and here ready for war, so I say make that happen most definitely.
Excellent. Who would you like to fight next?
We got champions out there. Like I said, listen, I think Bout Jack is going up, but that's the name I'm looking for to stamp my name. You know what I'm saying? He's a fighter that he has every test. He has every test for me to possibly prove myself in that ring, whether it's for a championship or not. Bout Jack is a guy that is a warrior. He fights his ass off, and if I want to prove myself, I want to definitely do it with a fighter like that. So Bout Jack is the guy I'm actually looking at.